He destroyed him, right there, in the middle of the ring, in front of everybody. No mercy, no hesitation, just absolute, terrifying dominance. Welcome to Slam Nation, the home of the most intense, most emotional, most insane wrestling breakdowns on the internet. If you are new here, trust me, you picked the perfect day to show up. If you thought you knew what Oba Femi was capable of, this match this night just completely rewrote the rulebook. And Charlie Dempsey? He walked into that ring with a plan. A calculated, technical, cold-blooded plan. And what happened next shocked everyone watching inside that arena. Before we break this down, if you love elite-level wrestling and insane in-ring drama, smash the like button right now, subscribe to Slam Nation, and hit that notification bell. Drop in the comments, are you Team Oba Femi or Team Dempsey? Let's see where Slam Nation stands. Now, let's go. May 13th, 2025. NXT. The air inside that arena is already electric before a single bell rings, because this isn't just a match. This is a collision between two completely different worlds inside professional wrestling. On one side, Oba Femi, the NXT North American champion, a physical specimen that looks like he was built in a laboratory designed to end careers. 6'6", powerful beyond comprehension. A man who doesn't just win matches, he leaves wreckage behind. Every single time he steps across that yellow ropes, he brings a presence that makes the entire locker room sit up and take notice. On the other side, Charlie Dempsey, the son of wrestling royalty, a technical wizard with ice water in his veins and absolutely no fear in his eyes. Dempsey doesn't brawl. He dismantles. He studies. He is as dangerous on the mat as Oba Femi is standing upright. He has spent his entire life studying the human body, learning how to manipulate joints, how to strip away leverage, and how to make even the strongest giants scream in agony. This was a clash of philosophies. Raw, overwhelming power, against cold, surgical precision. The question everyone was asking? Could technical brilliance stop a man who feels genuinely unstoppable? The bell rings and immediately, you can feel it. Dempsey doesn't back down. He steps forward, studying Femi with those calm, calculating eyes. He knows rushing in is suicide. So he circles. He feints. He tests the edges of Femi's range. And Oba Femi? He watches. He waits. Patient like a predator that already knows how this ends. He doesn't need to rush. When you have that kind of explosive power at your disposal, you let the prey come to you. The opening exchanges are a masterclass in contrast. Every time Dempsey darts in for a hold, Femi's raw strength makes the grip feel meaningless, like trying to wrap a chain around a mountain. Dempsey adjusts dropping levels, shifting angles, targeting the wrist and elbow, searching for any weakness he can exploit. He circles left, shoots for a single leg, but Femi simply shifts his weight and throws him off like a minor inconvenience. Fans could not believe what they were seeing. Dempsey was actually making this competitive. He was getting inside Femi's guard and making the big man feel something he rarely feels in that ring: uncomfortable. He was using European uppercuts to stun the champion, staying close to the body so Femi couldn't gain the leverage needed for a massive power slam. But here's where everything changed. One mistake. That's all Oba Femi needed. Dempsey went for a takedown, perfectly timed, perfectly executed, and for a split second it looked like he might actually get it. The crowd gasped. The arena tilted. And then Femi grabbed him. Mid-move. Mid-air. Like it was nothing. He snatched Dempsey like a rag doll and drove him into that canvas with a force you could feel through your screen. The impact was thunderous. The entire building groaned in collective shock. This completely changed everything because up until that moment, Dempsey had been making believers out of everyone watching. Now, the dynamic had flipped entirely. From that moment forward, Oba Femi became something terrifying to watch. He dismantled Dempsey piece by piece. Not out of anger. Not out of emotion. Out of pure, cold-blooded efficiency. He threw him into the corner with a crash that rattled the ring posts. He hit a shoulder tackle so devastating it seemed to fold Dempsey in half. He picked him up for a massive vertical suplex, holding him in the air for what felt like an eternity, letting the blood rush to Dempsey's head before crashing him back down to earth. Every time Dempsey tried to fight back, and he did, again and again, because Charlie Dempsey is not a quitter, Femi had an answer. A counter. A response that felt even more violent than the move before it. The sheer physicality on display was jaw-dropping. Femi was using his forearms like clubbing weapons, landing blows right across the collarbone of the challenger. The WWE universe exploded. Because as much as you want to root for the scrappy technical genius going up against the giant, you are watching something historic. A man operating at full, terrifying capacity. Nobody expected this to feel this one-sided this fast. The hope that the crowd had carried into the arena was being systematically crushed under the heavy boots of the North American champion. But then just when the crowd had almost accepted it was over, Dempsey breathed fire. He ducked a charge, causing Femi to crash shoulder first into the iron ring post. The sound echoed throughout the building. Dempsey rolled through, seized the opportunity, and locked in a submission attempt from a position nobody in that building saw coming. A wrenching, beautifully applied regal stretch that had Femi frozen for a brief, electric moment. The arena erupted. Because that's what Charlie Dempsey does. He makes you believe. He makes you lean forward and think maybe tonight, maybe this is the night the giant falls. He torqued the neck, he pulled back on the arm, straining every single muscle in his own body to keep the monster grounded. He worked the legs now, trying to cut down the tree from its roots. Brilliant wrestling, courageous wrestling. He hit low dropkicks right to the knee joint, forcing Femi down to one baseline. The crowd was on their feet, chanting Dempsey's name, sensing that history could be made if he could just hold on for one more minute. And it almost worked. Almost. Because Oba Femi reached down and found another gear. The sheer adrenaline of the champion carried him forward. He powered through the pain, grabbed Dempsey by the throat while still on his knees, and stood straight up using pure, terrifying lower body strength. He caught Dempsey on the comeback, positioned him high above his head, looked out at the crowd with that chilling, unbothered expression that has become his signature, and then he hit the devastating powerbomb that ended it all. The impact was seismic. The pin came fast. The 3 count was academic. But what happened next shocked everyone, not because the match ended, but because of how it ended. The way Femi stood over Dempsey. Not with contempt. Not with celebration. With absolute, unnerving calm. Like this was never in doubt. Like he had simply been letting Dempsey exist in his ring before deciding it was time to go home. He didn't raise his title immediately, he just looked down at the broken challenger, reminding everyone who truly rules the jungle. That image, Oba Femi standing over a fallen Charlie Dempsey, is going to live in NXT highlight reels for a very long time. It sent a cold shiver through the entire locker room. Here's what makes this match matter beyond the result. Charlie Dempsey gave everything, every technical weapon in his arsenal, every ounce of heritage, training, and composure. And he pushed Oba Femi in ways very few people have managed inside an NXT ring. That says something extraordinary about Dempsey's ceiling. He proved he belongs at the absolute top of the card. But it says something even more alarming about Oba Femi's. Because if Charlie Dempsey, one of the most technically gifted wrestlers on the entire NXT roster, can push him that hard, execute a perfect game plan, and still come up completely short, then who exactly is going to stop this man? Things became even more chaotic backstage after the cameras stopped rolling. The whispers among the roster, the names being floated by management as potential challengers, all of it points to one uncomfortable truth: Oba Femi might be the most dangerous champion in all of WWE's developmental system. And the scariest part? He seems to know it. He walks around with the confidence of a man who knows no equal. Nobody has an answer. The general manager looks stumped, the locker room is quiet, and the entire landscape of the division is under total lockdown. Until someone finds a way to neutralize that unbelievable power, every rising star in NXT has to go to sleep at night knowing that Oba Femi is still out there, still dominant, still hungry, still waiting. This match was a statement. Cold, clinical, and undeniable. If this breakdown fired you up, subscribe to Slam Nation, hit that bell, like this video, and share it with every wrestling fan you know. We are just getting started and things are only getting more chaotic from here. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Can anyone stop Oba Femi? Does Dempsey deserve a rematch? Who steps up next? The conversation starts right now. We will see you on the next one, and trust us, you do not want to miss what's coming. Stay locked in. The chaos never